Resilience is working on innovations in the field of religious studies. We met scholars in Bulgaria and discussed topics related to digital humanities, projects they are working on, as well as challenges they face. And also the question, what do you expect from the European research infrastructure for religious studies?
Yes, what I could say, it's a very high position actually for digital humanities, because we started doing digital humanities at my university almost 15 years ago, and we started building the resources, facilitating and accelerating the research of the researchers in the area of humanities. And today I gave an example with the infrastructure I'm running already. It's a national infrastructure for Bulgarian written medieval heritage, and it was built under a series of projects financed by different European national bodies. So it wasn't built with the help of the government or the university itself. So it was rather tough actually, because we had to write a lot of proposals in order to get 1, 2 or 3, and to keep our achievements and to upgrade them. And I can say that now there are different initiatives. You heard about other two. Actually, the Teleman project started almost at the same time when I started building this infrastructure for all Bulgarian. And we are cooperating between each other. Now I have PhD student, which is dealing with the all Bulgarian medieval epigraphic material, and my colleagues from the Telemon project and RSS projects, actually, they promised me to train her to use the EpiDoc software, and I'm giving my software for making, for producing dictionary entries, my UTF font all over Europe, to all colleagues in Europe who actually need something like that. So I've got good connections with the neighboring countries, some countries in the West Europe where there is still Slavistics because it was in decline after the end of the Iron Curtain, etc. And now from next month, actually, I'm starting a new position at the university. I think I mentioned that to you, as a leader of a research group in digital humanities. And some of the members of this group, for example, Angel Nikolov, actually are presented here. So digital humanities are priorities for the area of humanities, at least at our university. And the group and the whole project will be funded by this plan of resilience and restoration designed by the European Commission. I hope that within resilience we'll broaden our target audience, and that's why I'm upgrading now all the resources with an IT company. With it I have a contract, and it's actually it's going not very well. It's rather difficult to find a common language with the IT people, and it's going slower than we all imagine that. But nevertheless, we will try to translate the menus of the infrastructures in order to make it more accessible to the people from the western part of Europe. And we have some courses in all Bulgarian, in the Bulgarian history, in the history of Bulgarian language, that are delivered and available in our infrastructure, even in English. So we can accept some students from abroad and teach them even online, because we've got also a virtual classroom. So it's doable now, especially after COVID. In fact, we started doing this training learning platform as an additional learning tool, but during the COVID we used it as the main tool for reaching our students and people from abroad. So yeah.
Well, it's about gathering in one place with up-to-date editions and commentaries of ancient epigraphic monuments written in Greek, which are otherwise accessible in different corpora and publications, which need to be updated. The main issue is the accessibility of source material, which could be digitized, and the coordination of collaboration with different institutions.
I presented a project which is called Roads of the Balkan Icon Painters. It was a project of the Bulgarian Academy of Sciences, bringing together experts in different fields, art historians, linguists like me, and it was very valuable project because it showed the connections between monuments, churches. That's why it is called roads in these Balkan countries. So a valuable project bringing the result was putting together visual data of these monuments, and of course further analysis would be very necessary needed in this regard.
Yeah, you have done this research project and collected experiences. Now for the future, what would you like to have for the future to conduct your research even better?
I think in future most important thing is coordination between scientists in this field in different Balkan countries. This is it would be very useful for us, and developing tools maybe for the research, like software tools for making linguist analysis, finding ways to compare visual data would also be very useful for art studies. Interdisciplinary work is maybe the focus point of different levels of expertise, and maybe resilience, I hope that will be very useful in that aspect.